Welcome back. Welcome back. Today, you are watching the podcast, The Life in the Mirror. And I want to thank you for taking your busy time to watch this video. Today's topic is going to be about what happens when you mess with the ecosystem. What happens when you mess with the ecosystem? Now, what I mean about what happens when you mess with the ecosystem, I was watching this video, and in the 1910s or 1920s, whatever that year, the decade was, the people of that decade was was saying the wolves was dangerous and we need to get rid of them. You know, they causing too much problem. We need to get rid of them. So what they start doing, they start killing the wolves. 19, 20, 10, 30, 40, 50. And by the time when it was in 1990, around that area, that time, they started to realize they made the wrong decision in the 1910s or 1920s, whatever they started to say, we're going to need to get rid of these wolves. They started realizing not having the wolves in that time was messing with the ecosystem. And what I mean was the elk or the deers that was growing in that park, it was way too many. And say like if you planted a young tree, it didn't have time to grow because they would eat up all the leaves and the fruit, whatever, before the tree had a chance to reach its maximum height. So everything was just off. And so what they did was they went to Canada and received 12 wolves from Canada, different types. And then they brought them back to that national park, wherever that park was. And they released them. And then what happened was the elk or the deer started to decrease. When they started to decrease, everything else started to grow, like the young trees. It started to reach its maximum height because the deer, the elk would eat it up as fast as they planted it. So, and then all of a sudden, say like they killed the elk, the bears will wait till the wolves were done, and then eat the scraps, what was left. Then another thing that was happening was like the bears, they love berries. Now the berries was growing. Now they was able to eat the berries off the plants because they love the berries. Other other animals started to come back to that park. So you get all these animals coming back to the park. You got all different fish coming back because when they took the wolves out of the ecosystem, it messed it up the balance. And then when they brought them back, the balance started to happen again. Everything started to go the way it was supposed to go. Now, this will kind of remind me of when they took the father out of the household. It messed up the ecosystem. You know, like in the 60s and 70s, when they took the black father out of the household, it messed up the ecosystem. What I mean is, what I mean is, if you look at the family, you look at the kids in the black neighborhoods, you look at them, they in and out of jail. A lot of a lot of kids having kids, gang banging, they killing each other. The violence and the schools are bad. When they took the father out of the household, it messed up the ecosystem. Now, it's one thing, you know, his father was messing around and the mother was like, I can't do this no more. You're not keeping your hands and you keep your hands in another cookie jar. I can see that situation. That hey, I can't deal with this man, or he's beat me or something like that. I can understand that situation. Why the man has to be out of the household, because that also can affect the family situation. But if it's a good man and they taking him out of the household, the disciplinary. I'm not saying women can't be a disciplinary, but that strong figure in the household, and they taking him out of the household. Now that affects the ecosystem. Now you got kids just going crazy. I used to coach track and basketball. 9 out of 10, I could tell that this kid father wasn't home, or the just the family, household was in total chaos. It's one of those two. It's a bunch of chaos. It's the lifestyle's not good in the household, or the father wasn't home. And once I realized the father wasn't home, then I realized there's no strong figure in that household to say, hey, you need to straighten up. What you're doing right now is going to stop. See, that messed up the ecosystem of the family. Another thing that can mess up the ecosystem when say like as a spouse, you get a husband and wife, and they not doing what both are supposed to be doing. Both of them have a job in the marriage and raising a family. But when they start crossing each other or they start fighting each other in that situation, like, no, you're doing this wrong. No, you're doing this wrong. Instead of working as a team, what that does, it messes with the ecosystem of the family. And how we know, you can see the effects of the kids when that happens. You can see the effects. Like this, something is going on at home that's causing this problem because the ecosystem is messing up. When you pluck something out of the ecosystem, it causes a lot of problems when you pluck it out. But it's so crazy when you put it back in, the balance happen. It might take a long time to get the balance back what it should be, but it's just so crazy how the balance goes when you put that piece that you took away. And that also relates to anything in your life. When you have a balanced life, but once you take something out of your life, how your life becomes unbalanced. Then you find yourself having to put that part that you took away to have a complete balanced life when you mess with the ecosystem. I want to thank you for taking your time to watch this video, and God bless.